Mod RC, just covering some modifications to my Losi V100. First modification, the body clips. I didn't like how it was pointing into the hood, so I moved the post 90 degrees, just had to re-drill a hole. So now those clips can go forward to backward instead of side to side. Next modification was shocks. The stock ride height is extremely low, about a 1/4 inch. Now I'm at about 9/16 with the help of some new shocks. Factory it's sat somewhere around there. So the shocks I went with, I got them from Amazon. These Racing. There's a part number there. So it's a 60mm shock compared to the 55mm, which is stock. Give me some extra ground clearance. Oh, there's a picture of the shocks. Now the rears are direct replacement. No modification needed. The fronts will not fit with the factory upper shock mount, so you have to buy a new rear shock mount. I got a kit for $12 or $13 from Amazon. Gives you the new shock mount, I think a pair of the plastic body factory shocks, and a couple other maybe small parts. But the only part you need is the upper shock mount. Replace the narrow original one with the wider rear shock mount, and then the shocks, the front shocks that is, will bolt right on, no issue. These shocks come with 3 springs, soft, medium, and firm. I have the soft ones on. They seem to do just fine. So I'll just leave those on. Alright, and then beyond that, did the brushless system. So here's what I went with. Hobbywing Quicrun setup. This is the most budget-friendly system they have, as far as I know. It's a 4,000 kV motor and the 120 amp ESC. As you can see, the ESC is much larger than the original one. It does not fit down the chassis like the original one would, so I had to build a aluminum bracket just to elevate it. You can see right there, the screw going in to the chassis for the bracket. And if I flip it around here, there's the bracket on the other side. It just folds over the chassis. I have a command strip holding it down on this end, but I don't really need it. When the battery's in place and the hold down's in place, it sandwiches everything nice and tight, so it doesn't move around. Alright, so I also have the GPS unit that I just got. Unfortunately, I didn't have it when I bought the car, so I never ran the car bone stock, or at least never tested it bone stock or timed it bone stock. This unit looks like it's relatively small. And then I just taped on the back of the car with some masking tape. Worked just fine. Alright, so I ran the car earlier today using that GPS unit with this battery. It's a 3000 milliamp, 7.2 volt nickel metal hydride. That's the only battery I have. Or I should say, only type of battery. I have 2 identical packs. So with that battery, this car did 23.8. So I did 3 runs, and the max run was 23.8. So then I did 3 additional runs, and I was able to hit 24 mile per hour. Then I got the programming instructions for the ESC and went to option 8, which is the timing. And I had that initially set at 0, so then I maxed it out. I think it's 26.25 degrees timing is the max timing. And I took the car back out, and I was able to go 24.5 mile per hour. So I gained half a mile per hour by bumping the timing all the way up. Again, I don't know if it would be any more with a 2S pack versus the nickel metal hydride. Not that I expected it to do much, but at least it did a little bit. As far as transmitters, using this FlySky G7P. That way I can connect any RC car that I should buy onto it. So right now I have the Losi, the Red Cat Gen 7, and then with some spare parts from both of these, I'd like to get this old Tamiya Ranger up and running. So it'd be nice to have them all in the same transmitter. Alright, so further modifications, I might get the aluminum drive shaft. Not that I don't know if I really need it for the speed that this is going to go. And then probably sometime soon, I'll probably upgrade to 2S for everything that I have. But I kind of want to see what this would do with this nickel metal hydride. And one thing I might do, I'm considering maybe putting all the stock electronics back in this car and trying it with the same battery just to see kind of like a baseline where it's at. From what I could see on the internet, I think it's probably about 15 mile per hour on a nickel metal hydride. But the little bit I drove it before I modified it, it didn't seem like it was that much slower than it is now. And it just doesn't seem like maybe I gained 9 mile per hour going to this brushless, but maybe it's possible. But, yep, that's a Losi for now. Like I said, maybe the aluminum drive shaft, going to 2S, maybe get another body for it. But so far I'm pretty happy, got a good deal on it. It looks like maybe now they discontinued them. I'm not really sure what's going on. So they had these, at least the red version that is, discounted, I think most places down to $150. I got this one through Amazon. It was a warehouse deal, so the box was a little banged up. So I took a chance on it, but the car was perfectly intact, brand new, never ran. So I think I got it for about $135. So I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, till next time.